In 2022 and 2023, Prime was a dominant force, bringing in over $1.2 billion in sales by partnering with major brands like the UFC, WWE, and FC Barcelona. But now, sales have dropped by over 90%, and the drink, once in high demand, is now being sold for under $1 on clearance. So, what went wrong? How did the biggest creator-led brand in history fall so quickly? Was it the greed of KSI and Logan Paul that caused the downfall of the once untouchable giant? Or was Prime always destined to collapse under the weight of its own hype? To find out, we need to look back to the beginning. Prime debuted in January 2022 when former boxing rivals Logan Paul and KSI joined forces to create a hydration drink. The launch was an immediate hit, especially with Logan Paul's announcement video, which gained over 8 million views and 400,000 likes in the US. Demand soared to the point where resellers were flipping bottles online for prices as high as $100 and sometimes even $1,000. When Prime finally launched in the UK, the hype reached even greater heights. Stores struggled to keep up with demand, and restocks sold out within minutes. By the end of its first year, Prime had already made over $250 million in sales. Just 1 year later, that number jumped to $1.2 billion, making it one of the fastest growing beverage brands in history. But that would also mark the peak of the company, as cracks soon began to emerge that threatened to bring it all down. The first major issue arose when CoffeeZilla released a 3-part investigative series accusing Logan Paul of scamming investors through his failed crypto project.
We're investigating Logan Paul's CryptoZoo, a blockchain game that made millions but never worked. Some of you guys think you know the story, but it goes so much deeper. I've uncovered sociopaths, billionaires, fake orphans. Did I mention fake orphans? And of course, at the center of it, we have Logan Paul himself, who has abandoned this thing, leaving thousands of fake orphans in his wake. Wait a second. Thousands of victims in his wake. Now, you'll be hearing from some of those people because their stories are heartbreaking. This is the first in a 3-part series that's been a year in the making.
The revelation deeply harmed Logan Paul's reputation, undoing years of work to rebuild his image after the fallout from his infamous Japan forest video. He's a prime example of why some people don't deserve second chances. The guy gives off sociopath vibes. Instead of taking responsibility, Logan made things worse by suing CoffeeZilla for defamation.
Logan Paul is suing me for CryptoZoo, only a year after he thanked me for it. Rather than pay back his victims fully, Logan would rather publicly humiliate himself in court by accusing me of defaming him. He's hired 5 lawyers to sue me, which he hopes will stop me from exposing him again. You see, only hours before this lawsuit was filed, I had reached out to Logan Paul about a new investigation into one of his companies, which has just been accused by the Canadian government of being a multi-layered fraud in Canada. I obviously had questions, but before I was able to get answers, Logan's team of lawyers showed up to silence me.
The fact that he'd rather hire 5 lawyers and drag this out instead of just paying people back is crazy. Real scumbag behavior. 3 things in life are guaranteed: death, taxes, and Logan being a fraud. A few weeks ago, Logan Paul tweeted, "Case dismissed," linking a TMZ article claiming his CryptoZoo legal nightmare was officially over. A judge reaffirmed the August dismissal of the class action lawsuit accusing him of scamming investors with the failed NFT project. But the damage was already done. Even before CryptoZoo wrapped up, Prime took a huge hit in July 2023 when Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer publicly urged the FDA to investigate the drink's extreme caffeine levels and its marketing toward kids. In his letter, Schumer said parents and pediatricians were raising concerns over Prime, a brand pushed heavily by influencers and widely consumed by kids under 18. He highlighted that a 12-ounce Coca-Cola has 34 milligrams of caffeine, an 8.4-ounce Red Bull has 80 milligrams, but a 12-ounce Prime Energy packs 200 milligrams. He urged the FDA to review 4 issues: Prime's health claims, its influencer-driven marketing, its caffeine content, and whether the product and website warn consumers adequately, especially since this caffeine level may be unsafe for kids. Soon after, health experts pointed out Prime was being advertised with misleading nutritional claims.
If Prime and these other drinks, but Prime especially with their marketing we'll talk about, was being marketed as just a low-calorie, tasty coconut water, that's what it is. That's essentially what this is. And if it was marketed as such, I don't think there would be a lot of pushback and criticism. The challenge is that it's marketed with professional elite athletes consuming it as this optimal hydration electrolyte beverage that is good for you when you're exercising, good for your health, good for your hydration. And so they're advertising it like it has these benefits with hydration, that simply don't hold up when you look at the science based on the actual electrolyte composition.
Gordon Ramsay tried the drink too, and roasted it instantly, saying it tasted like drinking perfume.
Drink Prime, which was launched by the YouTubers Logan Paul and KSI.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone's
It's a
talking about it.
hydration drink.
Oh, really? It is sold out everywhere.
That was 20 quid for that one bottle.
For that?
Just that, yeah.
20 quid. It's meant to be 2 quid.
20 quid?
We want you to give
We
it a
want
go.
you to give it
See
a
what you think of
review.
it.
Prime. Okay, so... Ooh, smells a bit high.
What is that flavour you got there?
Tropical punch, it says.
Oh, Jesus.
Loosely. You've just
Like-
come from the Maldives. How tropical
it's
is
like
that?
swallowing perfume. What is that?
With the terrible reviews and rising health concerns, Prime eventually started getting banned in schools across the world.
Miami State School on the Gold Coast now banning Prime energy drink.
I think it's absolutely fair enough. I actually didn't realise there were energy drinks.
I'm really relieved as a parent.
Posting on social media today stating the product isn't suitable for children under the age of 15.
And as if the Prime health controversies weren't already bad enough, CoffeeZilla struck again, this time exposing KSI for pumping and dumping crypto coins on his own followers.
Now, many people, including myself, hadn't seen anything from KSI to this point that seemed shady. But Zach had been waiting for this moment. He goes on, "Remember when KSI posted this? All of a sudden, my XCAD bag is looking juicy again. HODL gang then proceeded to dump $850,000 worth of XCAD over the following days from his wallet address. Now, obviously, I was stunned by this, but looking at the date of when this all happened, I realized Zach has been holding onto this piece of evidence, waiting for KSI to come back to this account for years. He had this tweet in the drafts, and KSI logging back in activated the trap card. Zach also shared a picture as proof. A series of transactions from KSI's wallet were starting on March 27th when he sent that tweet. KSI started selling XCAD. The same day he tweeted he was part of the HODL gang, slang for someone who wouldn't sell this crypto coin, right? In fact, that wasn't the only time KSI has mentioned this holding stance publicly.
I'm holding my bags. I'm holding my Luna, my XCAD.
It honestly blows my mind that these guys already run legit businesses making millions, yet still feel the need to squeeze more money out of people. It's crazy that KSI, who defended a crypto scammer, is best friends with one, works with one, and even runs a company accused of misleading customers about its products. And in a bizarre twist, the same crypto scammer tries to protect the company's image while being a scammer himself. Logan Paul and KSI even teamed up with Mr. Beast to launch Lunchly, a prepackaged kids' lunch kit positioned as a competitor to Lunchables.
Together to create a Lunchables competitor featuring the fastest growing hydration beverage ever and the fastest growing candy ever. And so we did that. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce you to Lunchly. Oh my gosh.
Each Lunchly kit came with a main meal and one of 3 options: pizza fiesta, nachos, or turkey stack, plus a Prime hydration drink and a Feastables chocolate bar. The announcement was met with instant backlash. Veteran YouTuber Dan TDM slammed the trio for exploiting their young audiences, writing, "What happened to YouTubers? I can't stay quiet anymore. This is selling stuff just to make money. How does this help their fans? It's selling junk to kids who trust the people promoting it. Do better." His post went viral and ignited debates about the product's nutritional value. Soon after, Dr. Mike, a licensed physician and major health YouTuber, released a video explaining that the turkey stack kit had only 230 calories, nowhere near enough for a child's needs. He noted that a kid would need to eat nearly 3 Lunchly kits to reach a healthy calorie intake, which would also push their sodium far beyond USDA guidelines.
You see, USDA caloric guidelines say that a lunch meal for kids K through 8 should contain around 625 calories. Kids need energy to function, and calories give them that energy. Lunchly turkey contains only 230 calories, which would mean a kid would need to eat about 2.7 portions to consume enough calories. And if they did that, they'd get nearly 1,300 milligrams of sodium, which is also significantly over the USDA standards. So they'd be either under-eating calories or overeating sodium.
But things got even worse when Rosanna Pensino uploaded an unboxing video opening a Lunchly kit for a taste test, only to find the food inside completely covered in mold.
These are molded. Okay, so these ones are supposed to be good until December, and we just got them from the store. It says used by December 8th, 2024. store, and today's date is October 16th, so these are supposed to be good for like another 2 months. This is molded. That's mold. This is not safe, especially like kids that are so young, they may not know what mold looks like.
In 2024, a class action lawsuit was filed against Logan Paul, KSI, and their Prime brand, alleging that the grape-flavored drinks contained over 3 times the recommended lifetime limit of forever chemicals. With concerns this serious, Prime's sales began to collapse in the UK. Revenue fell 70% year over year, dropping from £112 million in 2023 to just £33 million in 2024. In the US, sales also fell by 40% in the first half of 2024. UK profits crashed by 92%, sinking to only £312,000. By 2025, Prime drinks were selling for under $1 and showing up on clearance racks everywhere. In the end, Prime was destroyed by KSI and Logan's own greed, from pushing unhealthy products to kids, to scamming their biggest supporters. Their refusal to take accountability is what ultimately killed a billion-dollar brand. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment. I read every single one of them.